What's going on YouTube? Zach is back and bringing a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about something really sick, and that is this. The Scuf Envision Pro. As you guys know, I'm a big controller guy. I've got, we've got controller on controller, we've got controller on controller. I've got quite a few of them. Most of them are Scuf. I've got 3 Scuf ones, and this one. We also got this controller as well. So I'm very well versed in the world of controllers. Is there something strobing here? Might be this light, and so hopefully that looks a little bit better. But what we're going to be taking a look at is this Scuf Envision Pro. This is the new PC controller from Scuf, and there's a lot of cool things about it that I think you should know. For the past few months, I've been using this controller. This is my Scuf Gaming PS5 Reflex controller. It's got the 4 paddles in the back. If you see any dirt or grime in there, I eat while playing video games, and it's probably not the greatest thing in the world to actually do. But anyways, it's got the mouse click triggers here. The bumpers are mouse clicks. They got a bigger right thumbstick over here, the smaller one over here. This controller retails with all the customizations, the rumble out. There's no like remappable buttons for like almost $300. Like that's how much this specific controller costs. This one, $180. If you cannot find this controller on Scuf's website, check your local Best Buy and see if they have one. Whether you check the local Best Buy in and of itself, or if you check bestbuy.com, they should have some of these Pro controllers available, because Scuf has been sold out for like the past week. And we'll kind of talk about some of the features that make this controller so unique, because as you can tell from the box, it's there's some RGB, there's some other buttons down here, and we're gonna show those off. So we're trying some new stuff out. So let's go up here. Alrighty, let's check this thing out. So we've got the Scuf Envision Pro. This is the slate black version. I didn't opt for the white one because, as you can tell, controllers, white gets extremely dirty super easily, and that's why I don't get white controllers. Like, this is just for me using it. I think I only use this controller for about 1.5 years, but like your hands have oils, your hands have dirt no matter how many times you wash them. And so this one has seen better days. Let's get into this one. We'll flip it over from the back here. Get rid of the box. Opened. Since Scuf got bought by Corsair, they use the IQ software now. Download the software first, because this whole controller is controlled by IQ software. We get the little pad in here to make sure none of this stuff jostles around. And we've got the USB. Hold on. Come on. There you go. The USB dongle here, which allows the controller to be wireless. The Pro does the wireless and the wired. The regular Envision does just the wired. But yeah, ooh, nice little backing there. This, bro, this is a very, dude, first in the hands, this is such a nice controller. Like, I don't really have small hands, but this fits ever so comfortably. Like, I don't know if you can see that. This probably doesn't make any sense for you guys to see this, and I'll show us on the other camera. But this thing fits just like a glove in my hand. Let's take a look around it here real quick. So we've got it's all in the slate gray. We get the orange rings. Eventually, you will be able to, you can actually take these faceplates off. Let's pull this piece off of here so I don't have to deal with that. There's a few other little plastic bits here. We got a little home button here, 5 buttons at the bottom, which can act as like keyboard keys essentially. You get a sax button on this side, which is a mouse click. You got a sax button on this side, mouse click. These are just extra buttons, almost like side mouse buttons that people have. Back is actually full pull triggers currently, because it's set that way. And then tops are mouse click triggers. On the back here, you've got a switch here that will act as a switch between wired and wireless, whether you want it to be on one or the other. You've got 4 paddles here, which they're mouse clicks as well. One sounds a little different than the other, but that is it is what it is. And you've got these little pieces back here, if you can see. These are little switches that tell you whether or not your thing is going to be a full pull trigger, or if it's going to be, if we move this switch over, it is now a mouse click, which is super awesome. Like, if you want to play some racing games, flip it over, use the full pull. Play some Rocket League, use the full pull. Don't play Rocket League and play COD, have the mouse click trigger. This thing is sweet. You got a USB-C port at the top here, but as you can see there, it's kind of got a little section in there that it can sit into, and so like nothing's really gonna pull it out or jar it. Or a little grip on the back here. Got some mouse clicks on the front, which is something that typically costs like another $50 for certain things. But you got mouse clicks on all your D-pads. You got mouse clicks on all your face buttons. Same here with action buttons here, mouse clicks, just at least actuation buttons here at the front with the start and the kind of the start menu and the share button here. Nice little pad up here at the front. But it essentially takes the PS5 design, mixes it with the Xbox controller. Like this thing sits in, like I am tight in my hand, and you can't really accidentally, like you don't accidentally hit these. Like you kind of have to almost push the middle portion or this bottom portion of your finger into this button. Like hitting the back, I'm not hitting it at all. Like there's not a single time that I am hitting this thing. There's sometimes if I'm probably like gripping the controller super hard, or if I'm grabbing it super tight, that I'll have it. But I don't really ever grip my controller very hard. Like you have to really, you know, put your finger into this button and push it in there to get him to actuate. Otherwise, I'm not really hitting it by any means. This accessories box include, oh, heck yeah. I was wondering if this was gonna come with this because I wasn't 100% certain. Perfect, I don't have to order any. Awesome. So we have a USB-C cable here that you can use with the controller. I typically will always keep my controller wired just because that's the way that I play. We got safety, compliance, and warranty information. These are good for warranty up to a year, which is awesome because the majority of the time it used to just be like a month warranty. That was always a killjoy when it came to Scuf controllers, because if it broke outside of that window, then you were kind of SOL. What's going to eventually end up happening is they're going to allow you to switch out this front plate. I'm not exactly sure how it comes off. I think it might just be magnetized. We're going to find out together. I hope that I don't break it. But I think, yep. So this front plate is just a magnetized plate. So you can see here, you take off the front plate, you can get different front plates eventually, but then you're kind of exposed to the bare bones of the controller in the front here. So you can take out the thumbsticks, you can switch them out, you can probably replace the D-pad. There's all sorts of easily replaceable things on this specific controller. Now the only thing you won't be able to replace is if something happened to the back buttons, but you have a year's warranty for that in case something were to happen. But let's jump back down to the other camera, and we'll talk about a few other things that come with this controller. Features out here interjecting. I just want to show you guys this. Check this out. I plug this thing in, right? Look at that. Freaking RGB, baby, on a controller. Normally RGB is just reserved for this, things like this, things like that. But man, we got it on a freaking controller now. Nah, this is cool. This is like controller. Perfect. Alright, back to your regular scheduled programming. Alrighty, so back down here on this main camera, and I've got to say, I'm super impressed with the way that this controller feels in hand. So like if you look at this controller, with it being in my hands, like yes, there is some travel distance between these two. The controller itself, as far as these handles go, is extremely big. Like this is a big handle to grip onto. Whereas on this one, I feel like this is a very small little bump to grab onto. Like it is sitting in my hand. This thing ain't going anywhere. It's like a perfect mix between the PS4, the PS5, and the Xbox One controller, because the Xbox One controller, or the Xbox controller, is a great controller, and there's a reason it's a great controller. But you can see it kind of fits the same profile. I do have an Xbox controller in here. I got a few controllers. So you can see this is an Xbox One controller, but you can see that this one has kind of that same sort of design. It's literally, I put it in my hands, the exact same feel as this one. So you have the feel and grip of an Xbox controller, but the placement in buttons, well, you have the face buttons over here that are A, B, X, Y. You've got the joystick configuration and D-pad configuration of a PlayStation controller. So it's kind of like the best of every single world of controller right now. And it's Scuf's own proprietary thing. Not only that, you've got these 5 buttons on the bottom, which if you can see there, those 5 buttons are configurable in the IQ software. And there's a whole lot of things in the IQ software. Iceman Isaac does a really good video talking about all of that, but it is such an in-depth program that you can do absolutely everything in it. You can customize a button for anything. You can make these sax buttons any sort of keyboard button that you want. I am very excited to jump into some games and use this controller. This thing is something that I'm like not necessarily worried about breaking or getting dirty or something happening to it, because I can replace the faceplate. It has a year's warranty, and if something really, really traumatically goes wrong with them, they're $180 versus spending $300 on something like this. Now, granted, I'm not knocking Scuf, I'm not knocking Corsair. They've done a great job and implemented and improved their controllers tenfold over the past 10 years or however long they've been in business. I've been using them since the Black Ops 2 days, and I'm pretty sure that was about the time that they started to come around. But these things are sweet. This is a great innovation for a controller. I'm super excited to get down and dirty and start using it. You are literally at the freedom of having a keyboard key being one of these. So I'm stoked. I can't wait. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. It helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, let your light be infinite. I'll talk to you guys later.